Hello, everyone. Happy to be back with another Young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Deepti. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Deepti.
Hello, sir. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, first of all, and a place where I can speak my mind, basically. So in this video, I'll be giving you a gist about myself, my background, and where I come from, my academic journey, and a part of the video will talk about my course, which is Computational Social Science, since it's quite a new course and not the buzzword yet. And at the end, I will talk about my personal journey, which more like an emotional journey, and what my course has given me so far, and how I took the course, what course has to offer me, and what I took from the course. Because and as I will move forward, you will understand how this course has different perspectives so far. So yeah, hello everyone. Myself Deepti, and I did my bachelor's from Ambedkar University, Delhi, in economics, and right now I'm pursuing my master's in computational social science from IIT Jodhpur. This course is offered by School of Liberal Arts, like it's their flagship program, and I'm a part of their second batch. Like it's quite a new course, and IIT Jodhpur happened to be the very first institution that is offering this course for the first time in India. And apart from India, this course is offered across three, four major universities. University of California and University of Chicago has already introduced the master's program in this course. So yeah, in India, apart from IIT Jodhpur, this year Central University of Andhra Pradesh also launched this course. So yes, this is how my journey is. And in schooling, I had commerce in 11th and 12th. Even though everyone was taking science, somehow I took commerce because my parents asked me to take commerce, so not by choice, by chance I was there. And economics is something I got introduced to during my schooling only, and I used to have an inclination more towards statistics and microeconomics. And yeah, so moving forward, I did my bachelor's in economics, my major in economics, and in my bachelor's I also had courses from mathematics department, like principle of microeconomics, real analysis, numerical analysis, and linear optimization or operation research, where I got introduced to the concepts of mathematics course as well, and two, three courses from uh, psychology department about cognitive behavior and organizational behavior. So and psychology in action, like these were my courses in my economics. So this video is going to be quite an academic, like my talk will be quite revolve around academic journey only, because I got into my academic journey quite late, and I feel quite fascinated by it. So during my COVID-19 period, I couldn't get time to indulge, like not time, but since it was an online, so I couldn't understand my course subject that well, even though I got introduced to amazing economists, for instance, Dal and Moglu, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong. So these economists and their works, and our Professor Jyotirmoy, Robin sir, Parag sir, all of us, like somehow, like they are the reason I went for this. Like everyone, when I was doing my bachelor's, like once my bachelor's was about to get completed, I had a choice to go for a job or MBA or master's. I didn't know what exactly to do, but I knew what I don't want to do. I wasn't aware of what I would like to do, but I was definitely aware of what I'm not gonna do, and it was an MBA. I wasn't interested in MBA going to the industry side. I mean, research is different. Like you also have research in industry, but a pure industry side 9 to 5 job, and like the well the sight of everyone, having their laptops on their shoulder and coming, and the rushing hours are in the metro and all the intersection of Kashmiri Gates and Noida. Like that sight I saw twice and thrice, and that wasn't good enough reason for me to not to pursue an MBA. But yeah, so I had a very basic idea, and I took a drop year also. And in that drop year, I got more time with my subject. I had more time to understand what's happening there. And I like mainly I like statistics more, as compared to the microeconomics and macroeconomics. And microeconomics was something which was way more mathematical, like because there are very so much, so there are theories and models which are used. But when you come to macroeconomics or econometrics, like there are theories also there, but it becomes more of computational. You have to use tools. So that's how that's why I chose this course, Computational Social Science. And yeah, so now I'll be talking about this course, Computational Social Science. So for anyone who wants to apply for this course, the form gets out, like the forms will be out during March. Uh, March every year. We have like our department will roll the form. You have to fill the form. You have to give an exam. Like they have their own exam, and once you clear the exam, you have an interview also, where they will ask you the questions around whatever you have done. Like anyone can apply for this course, from btech csc to psychology, sociology. Everyone are welcome to proceed with the application form. And yeah, you have to sit there, and these are the two rounds which are quite easy if you are well versed with your course. And when I applied for the when I was preparing for masters, I applied in ISI, JNU, like CUPG, CUET. And in my batch, we had even DSC was taking students from UG, from like a CUET. Like we had CUET, earlier DSC had their own exam, but they had some, I don't know, they chose DSC also started taking student based on their CUET scores. So yeah, so I got into IIFT also. I had inclination towards international trade a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And the other course was IIT, this MSc CSS that I got into. The other reason for going for this course, personal reason, was because I didn't wanted to live in one city forever. I wanted to live on my own, and I came to Jodhpur. Jodhpur was close to my home, so my parents were fine. Okay, somehow we'll be in contact with you instead of sending you way too far. That's the thing with the woman that comes with us usually. Like parents having hard time sending off their daughter to studies as compared to the son. Like if they have to send their son, they'll be fine. Okay, yeah, you can go. But when it comes to their daughter, there are some societal obligations that all of us usually we have to, like in the night time, you can't stay out after this, you can't talk to these people, and all these constraints that we follow. So yeah, and after that I took this course, Computational Social Science. I came here, and so in the first month of this course, it was very hard to understand what was actually happening here, because it's a new course. You can go and watch YouTube videos, what Coursera has to offer, what YouTube videos have to offer, but every institution has to offer its own way. It's an interdisciplinary course. And everyone and the other misconception that everyone has about CSS is that it's a data science course, it's a data analyst course. Like my juniors were asking me in the LinkedIn when they were trying to reach out, oh, will I get a job in data science, will I get a job in data analyst after this course? So I will answer that question. Like you will have an answer for this question on your note when I'll be explaining my course. So initially, the courses that are offered to us are research methods. So research methods, we have understanding social realities, we have perspective of computational sociology, and one credit course like peer learning seminar in CSS, where we are taught basically how to read papers, and how to approach paper, and how to write paper, what is the procedure of writing paper. There are different paradigms, and like as we like paradigm shift happens, so all these things were taken into account in the first semester. In the second semester, we have more of economics course. In the first semester, we will incline more towards sociology courses. And second semester, are like our idea shift from more on economics course. Like we have game theory, microeconomics, macroeconomics, and econometrics. Like we have to audit it. and statistics, more again research method, but this time it's more towards statistical tools and getting introduction to R. And the other course was introduction to computational methods for CSS, where we are taught about agent-based modeling, social network analysis, and basic data analysis, natural language processing, coming across all these tools. uh, uh, Basic introduction to Tableau, basic introduction to R. It's you who have to pick, it's you who have to choose. And as we move toward our third semester, right now I'm in my third semester, you have to choose your specialization. It can be, in IIT Jodhpur, you can either choose for computational economics or you can go for computational sociology. I took computational economics and mathematics because my background aligned towards it more, and definitely I was interested more towards it. So when I was studying this course, I used to have this dilemma within myself, like, why am I wasting my time studying sociology? Why are they teaching me Andre? Why are they introducing me to Max Weber? Why do I have to know about Max Weber? What's Max Weber has to do with my field? I'm towards computational economics. Why I'm wasting my time learning all these courses? Why do I have to know what Sherry B. Ortner has to say? Why do I have to know, like, what's the second sex is about? Why do I have to know what's happening in North India when it comes to marriage? But now I look back. Well, now I look back. I did my summer internship with the TCS this time, Research and Innovation Lab, and since now I look back, everything came together and everything made sense. We were even taught ethics in CSS, like, why I used to question, why am I wasting my time learning ethics in CSS? What does ethics have to do with it? But now you come across the term like responsible AI. Now you come across these terms like critical AI. What's happening there? That's the social impact that's there. And that's how I realized, like, the difference between an engineer and a CSS, computational social science student. I, as a social science student, allows me to bring that social element to that engineer part. Like, everything, you can't engineerize everything, right? Like, you have numbers, but you need English, you need qualitative, like, at the end of the day, quantitative data beg for the qualitative explanation. And without the understanding of theories, what's happening, you can never explain the reasoning behind the numbers. You can never explain what's happening. Like, I give you a, let's say, you have to look at the NFHS data, and let's say you're looking at RBI data, panel data, cross-sectional data you came across. CMIE gives their data on household surveys, and panel data is there. So, like, I give you a data and I say there are missing values. What are you going to do with that? What do you understand with, like, there is a missing value? Let's say an engineer will say, just perform a basic imputation there, like use median or mean. But that's not what we can do, right? That's not exactly how we proceed. We have to know why, like, the one or two that's missing. What we can do, like, if it's a panel data, we just have to drop it. If it's a time series data, we use moving average something to fill in those gaps. So that's not what an engineer will understand. We have CPI, like, we have conversation with CSC students. CSC student doesn't understand, like, what is CPI. They were given data of consumer price index and GDP and inflation during a hackathon, and they couldn't fill in the gap. They didn't know what to read. They had numbers, they didn't know what they are talking. So they asked me to participate in that competition to make them fill that gap, like what these numbers has to say. So that's where we come, that's where we social scientists come into the picture. So other thing that so yeah so in this semester, we were offered the course, like, machine learning for economics, microeconomics 2, MME, like mathematics for economics, modern macro, and yeah, one course I took from maths department, time series analysis. So apart from that, operation research was also offered, but since I did that in my bachelor's, I skipped it and went for time series analysis. And the other question that people may ask, what's the difference between computational economics and economics? Why we should go for computational economics, not not economics. I'm not saying you should go for computational economics or this is the best path. Maybe you are interested in theories, maybe you are more interested towards mechanism design, and you may not, you need computational tools. So basically, as you understand from the term computational social science, it's an interdisciplinary field. It's an intersection. Like there is a very famous pie chart which comes into the picture. We have on one side we have courses, all the like sociology, anthropology, economics, pol science, geography, and on the other science we have computer science, and like the intersection of this gives us computational social science. So as I said, people think that this is about data science or data analysis. It's a tool. It's a tool to understand. It's a way to understand what's happening there, what's like people mix it with the like data science like courses. Like it's an approach, it's a rule based approach. You use machine learning approach in economics. As we see, like there is, people often call it, like scholars call it, there's a paradigm shift in social science. Like people term this coin like there's a paradigm shift. And the other things that we came across when we were studying about this css was okay. So uh, yeah, we often say, right, big data. We have like the buzzword is data analyst these days, data scientist these days. So what we are aware, like there was microscope that was introduced for biology. Like what was microscope did to the biology, then that invention, that big data is same to the social scientist. Like we don't have to necessarily rely on the surveys that they conduct. We can extract data, we can use the Twitter data, we can use what's actually happening out there. It's not just about people merely filling in the forms, like they like when we ask people, traditional way is asking people to fill surveys, right, what you do. But we are able to actually capture what they are doing, not what they are just telling that they do, but it allows us to capture what is actually happening out there. So that's where we come in. That's where our picture comes in. So like css, like the expansion of metaphors from like natural science appears as a promise, like of a coming data driven hard social science. So like people say a sociology of the 21st century, like enabled by data, giving us the chance to view society like in all of its complexities, uh, through millions of networks of person to person exchange. And sometimes people claim that css tends to view digital data, like sometimes it says that digital data is an accidental byproduct of social life. How we say that it's a digital trace or footprints are there. But some but other scholars also claim it that digital data as a commodity or a form of capital. We are like we label it as information capitalism or communicative capitalism or platform capitalism or digital capitalism. These are the terms that have been coined. So uh, like they are deployed to monetize social interaction by quantifying social life to allow prediction. It allows prediction and manipulation. And so yeah, this is what I believe so far css has given to me. But here is a thing that I learned after starting this course for 1 year. If you just rely on the course material, and if you think the course will offer you a lot of like a lot of technical tools, the course has to offer technical skills also, the course has to offer theoretical ideas also. But it's completely up to you, like how you take the course and what independent projects you make out of it. I mean, I took time because kind of an imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not good enough. I shouldn't do this yet. Proceed with things. We like this often happens. Like we, sit with our work and we think we're not good enough. Maybe we shouldn't try new things yet. We are not. Maybe we always think like there is a point we will reach, and after that we will start doing this. It's like someone says, I'll start speaking in English once I have read all the grammars, all the Oxford dictionary words. Now I'll start speaking in English. If you are someone who has done some any kind of course in data analyst, as a data analyst, or you are right now pursuing this course as CSS or anywhere else doing your masters in economics, I would suggest you to approach your professors and work with your professors, mainly the professor that do empirical work, that use tools like R and stats, or working in public policies or policy analysis area. I guess you should approach them and work with them. Ask them to give you the task. It can be so small as cleaning the data. Like you right now you are doing, let's say, a data analyst course. It's a good. They gave you a guided project. Fine. It was a very clean data you came across. They gave you 2 3 introduction, like df dot describe will give you description, and some like if in data is, if you write su and the variable, it will give you the summary of the data. That's what you know. But let's say I give you a raw data, very raw data. It's not been cleaned. It's there in front of you. What will you do with it, right? So it's about that. So I would suggest people, like a mistake that I made, like not to question yourself a lot. Go and approach your professors if you are interested in any kind of data analyst or data science course. If you're a student right now, talk to your professors. They will also ask you to read papers on whatever they are working. They will suggest you to read papers and read those papers and go through those papers. It will also make you close to your subject. If you're an economics student and you're working towards, let's say, labor economics, or you're working towards public health economics, it will give you a new perspective what's actually happening. You have read, let's say, Don Bush and Fisher. You have read, let's say, Oliver Blanchard in your macroeconomics, or Hydra, all these books. But what's actually happening out there? How are these monetary policies or fiscal policies impacting you? You will only learn it by reading papers, by reading journals, and by working with your professors. Like as I said, the data analyst course that you have taken on Data Camp or Coursera or Udemy will just, it's a very basic. It will give you a starting, a very basic point. But when you will when you will go out and apply in industry, you will be working with the real data, and that's what professors do. The basically the empirical the professors who's like very empirical, do the empirical study. That's what their idea. They work with the real data. You will have an experience with the real data, and don't sit and wait. Okay, once I'll complete the course, once I have a good knowledge of stats, this is what I did. Like once I'm good enough in statistics, I will go to a professor, then I will work. No, even if I have some basic knowledge of R, Stata, or Python, I should have approached them. I shouldn't have waited to reach a point, because the fill in the blanks, something is missing in my knowledge, can only be filled with experience. Not everything can be, reached. Like you learn by failing, you learn by experiencing things. Like I was so afraid of failing that I didn't even initiated my projects or ideas. So yeah, that was the one thing. And yeah, this is what I would all this is what it's all about. And if you have any more questions about my course, then you can definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn. And as of if people often ask the like, what are the prospects once you have done this course, what are the job opportunities profile you are open to? Of course, data analyst, data scientist, whatever tools you maximize on. My work is usually based around natural language processing. So yes, you can go for policy analyst also, you can go for finance also, and you can work with think tanks, you can work with industry people. So yes, these are the courses that these are the like job profiles this course will offer you. And of course, anytime, any day of the week, you can go for academia. And as a researcher also, if you want to work, if you want to experiment yourself and go how the academia has to react to it, then definitely, I personally want to go into academia only. As I said initially, the reason I didn't took MBA was the the system. Yeah, the system, like 9 to 5, everyone is on the machine and using elevators. And I was like, okay, no, this is not where I want to be. And I did my internship with TCS, Research and Innovation Lab in Hyderabad.
Deepti, just a
Yeah.
second. None of them is 9 to 5. They are
Yeah, they,
actually 9 to 9.
yeah, 9 to 9. Yes, sir, true. And sometimes any in the 24/7, like they will contact you at 2 a.m. and you have to respond to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets quite exhaustive.
Hmm.
So I would suggest, so I, because it was with the research lab, that's why I went with it. So it was a 2 months internship, and it included reading papers. I got introduced to behavioral finance.
Hmm.
People have must have heard name of Daniel Kahneman. I read first there's some seminal papers, some of their work. After that, the things that I learned during my course, that was natural language processing and graph theory and networks. I used that knowledge and to work on to cleaning the data, extracting subreddits data. My job was to extracting subreddits, and then after cleaning the data, after looking at the data sets, after extracting
Hmm.
subreddits, personal finance, my job was to understand what's happening in those subreddits. How are people communicating their needs? What are their financial needs? I have to infer their financial needs, and if there is any preference or order when people are talking about their financial needs. That was my internship about, and for that I used prompt engineering, like prompt engineering, Gen AI, the buzzword, if that's how you want to put it. So yeah, that's something I got from. That's because I got it because I was working with one of the professor here. She was a she was a TCS research scientist. So I got a referral from my senior, and I guess from her also, and that's how I got this job. If anyone is interested in how I got and if there was referral, yes, there was referral.
Okay.
So I worked with the same team.
Okay. Wonderful. It's quite an exciting story. You are clearly very passionate about the course you have chosen. You are enjoying it, and
Yes, so
you realize that actually they are smarter than you thought they are because you said, "Oh God, they're wasting my time." Now you said, "No, thank God they didn't waste my time. They taught me all these
yes,
things." So when they
yes,
designed it, they actually thought it through.
yeah,
That you need to know you are not a data scientist, you are a
yes,
social scientist,
social scientist.
right? You are not a data scientist, you are a social scientist. And it means you have to understand things from many perspectives,
Yeah,
right? And the names that you mentioned in sociology, of course, they are well known, they're well
yeah,
established. Not that I know much of what they say, but at least I know they're well established names. And you do, you've also done the Kahneman kind of behavioral economics and psychology. So you're well prepared, So overall, whatever you have done, it has given you the mathematics for
yeah,
sure. And that is a great foundation to have. But on that foundation, what do you build? Right? The house
yeah.
cannot be all mathematics except for very few people. So on that foundation, you have built a house with many windows and doors of various types. I'm glad to see that house. It's very nice. Okay.
Yes,
Very
so like
pleased to hear you.
it still feels like the more you read, it's like peeling an onion. It's a skin that never ends, and
Yeah.
every time you read something, it feels like it's just still at the tip of the iceberg. So
Yeah, that of course remains true that you can never get ahead because the
yeah,
world is moving so fast, and these days especially the knowledge and theories are coming out so fast that
yeah.
it takes all your effort just to keep ahead and to get your own courses done and to get your own work done. Okay, anything else you want to add here?
Yeah, like I also had some experience. Like I worked with American Express, or not worked with American Express. They have this initiative of discovery program, and our course also have in January we had winter school where we had people from industry and we had researchers also. So they came here, and from there I got selected for American Express discovery program. It was a 2 months program. It's a cohort of 150 people. They select 150 people across the India, and from there they they recruit students for their uh, like they basically recruit students, an initiative to be more inclusive, where they take minorities like women and community and LGBTQ community, like, so it's there, that's initiative. And apart from that, I would say if you come for this course, have a vision for yourself, I guess. From this thing, you are the one who have to make the vision. Course will have a lot to offer. It's about what you actually want to pick, what you actually want to take. You are the one who will have to invest time. You are the one who will be connecting the dots from this course. And if you think you're not good enough, please, it's you will never feel good enough. The big mistake I made was, there is a point I will reach, and after that I'll go from that point to the other point. That's not how it's gonna work. There is always some, there will be loopholes. It's okay, your experience will fill the loophole, and you will keep repeating the same mistakes unless you learn from those mistakes. So
Okay, I
this
want
is,
to jump in here. Uh, I ask several young people, I mean, some of the young people tell me, sir, I haven't accomplished enough. I don't want to do a Vidped now because I have not accomplished enough. And let me have some more time, some more experience. And of course, I agree. But I agree with you that that's not the way to think. The way to think is, look, what can I say now?
yes, I mean, I thought the same. You approached me in May, I guess, for this thing, and I didn't respond to you because I was like, I was going through your videos and I was like, what I have to offer. I mean, there is nothing I've accomplished yet, and there is nothing I think I have to add yet. But it's the experience that, I guess, I have so far as a 22-year-old to offer to other people that are coming, those who go for economics, those who will be going for this course, computational economics.
Yeah.
And I still feel I'm not good enough to be here. And I still think like there are so many things I could have added during this thing. Like, but I'm fine with it. It is what it is. That's me, and that's comes with me.
Yeah. See, the thing is also partly that Indian society and Indian educational system doesn't give that confidence to some people. That
Yeah,
look, you can talk. And this is the whole point of this channel, that look, we don't go to people who say, well, I'm a superstar or I'm a celebrity, yeah,
yeah.
fine. They have a channel, they have an outlet. But
I
what
guess
about,
my parents never questioned me. My parents never compared me with anyone during my whole life.
yeah,
I'm a very average student, like not a very
uh,
scholar. But my parents, they never compared me. And my dad always says there is nothing like failure. There are always like improvement area. You just have to work on it.
okay,
And I feel quite privileged in that sense. Like not everyone get that support. Sometimes people compare, but my parents never compared. It was me who was comparing myself with everyone.
okay. All right, good. So thank you, Deepti. Is there anything else you want to add here?
Uh, well, that's all for I have
Okay, good.
spoke.
So then let's
Yeah.
end it here. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye till then. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.